You know what's worse than loving the wrong woman? It's becoming her therapist, her healer, her personal savior, while she poisons you bit by bit until you don't even recognize yourself in the mirror. If you know that feeling, the feeling of being needed, not for your soul, but for your strength, then you know what it's like to bleed for a woman who never intended to stop the cut. Pause for a second, because this isn't a story about heartbreak. This is a story about survival, about the invisible wounds that no one else sees because you were the strong one, the silent one, the man who held up the ceiling while the whole damn house was on fire. She comes to you crying, spilling her darkness across your hands like gasoline. You light yourself on fire just to keep her warm. She says, "You're the only one who gets me, and you want to believe it. God, you want to believe it." So you become her counselor, her crutch, her shelter from every storm she refuses to leave behind. You listen to her trauma, her chaos, her stories of being broken by every man before you. You start to think, if I just love her enough, she'll finally heal. If I just stay strong, she'll see my worth. If I just keep giving one day, she'll choose me. But let's get brutally honest. You weren't her boyfriend. You were her rehab. She was never really loving you. She was draining you. You were her therapy, but she was your poison. Because every night you saved her, you were killing something in yourself. At first, you don't notice the cost. You're high on being needed. It feels good, heroic, like you matter in a way you never have before. But the high fades, and what's left is an ache that doesn't go away. Because you realize she never asks about you, never sits with your pain, never wipes your tears. You pour everything out until you're empty. She calls you her rock, but rocks can crumble too. You try to bring up your own fears. She changes the subject. You mention your bad day. She makes it about hers. Your feelings become background noise in the drama of her life. You stop talking, you stop needing, you stop existing as a man and start existing as a solution. If you're still listening, it means you know this hell. It means you know the guilt of wanting to walk away, but not wanting to see her fall. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Some women love their pain more than they could ever love you. Some women want to be fixed, but they don't want to do the work. They want a man who will carry them, but not a man who will ever put them down. You tell yourself, if I just hold on a little longer, she'll change. If I just give a little more, she'll heal. But she doesn't, because your love isn't medicine, it's just another escape, and your addiction to saving her, that's your poison. Because deep down, you don't want to let go. You want to be the one she finally chooses. You want to be the one she thanks when she's finally okay. But she'll never thank you, because she never saw you as a man. She saw you as a lifeboat, and when she's ready to swim, she'll leave you drowning. This is the part where you need to wake up. You can't fix someone who profits from being broken. You can't heal a woman who wears her wounds as armor against loving you back. You're not her therapist. You're not her father. You're not her punching bag. You're a man. And you deserve to be loved for your heart, not for your ability to survive her storms. If any part of this hurts, good. Let it hurt, because pain is the only thing that will make you move. You've sacrificed your sleep, your energy, your sanity, trying to keep her from falling apart, but who's been holding you together? Not her. You want to know what real love looks like? It's not a man dying on the battlefield of her trauma. It's not a man who learns to shrink himself so she can stretch her chaos across the room. It's two people facing the world together, not one man trying to save a woman who's decided she's unfixable. You need to let her go. You need to choose yourself. You need to pour your strength back into the places she hollowed out. You need to leave her, not out of anger, but out of mercy for yourself, because you were her therapy, but she was your poison. And now you need to detox. This will be the hardest thing you've ever done. You'll want to answer the phone. You'll want to be her savior. One more time. Delete her number. Disappear. Because the first step to healing is refusing to be someone's medicine ever again. You'll feel guilty, you'll feel weak, you'll feel like a monster for leaving her in her pain. But you're not her doctor, you're not her God. You're just a man who finally realized love doesn't mean martyrdom. And when the guilt fades, you'll start to feel something new. Freedom. You'll wake up one morning and remember what it feels like to be alive without waiting for a crisis. You'll rediscover laughter, you'll rediscover ambition, you'll rediscover the man you were before you let her sorrow define your worth. One day, you'll meet a woman who listens, who asks about your scars, who doesn't need to be saved but wants to build something real. And you'll thank yourself for every night you didn't pick up the phone, for every time you let her cries go to voicemail, for every minute you put your own healing first. Because you were never meant to be a therapist, you were meant to be a man. If this message hit home, if you're tired of being the strong one for everyone but yourself, subscribe right now so you never miss another truth that everyone else is too scared to say. You deserve better. You deserve a love that gives as much as it takes. You deserve peace. You deserve someone who can stand on their own 2 feet and still choose you. So let this be your final prescription. The cure is leaving. The cure is choosing yourself. The cure is learning to say no more. You are not her therapy. You are not her poison control. You are not the janitor cleaning up her storms. You are the storm now. You are the silence that comes after the drama. You are the future she will never touch again. Walk away. Heal. Let her find her own medicine, because your love is sacred and it's time you treated it that way. This is the part where you become whole again. This is the part where you finally breathe. This is the part where you remember you never needed to be her cure. You just needed to save yourself. Thank you for staying till the end. If this spoke to something real in you, subscribe to the Closure Club. You're not alone anymore. We speak the truth others won't. See you in the next one.